Hi, good morning, all of you guys. This is Vamshi here. So I was the trainer for the data science technology. So welcome to this a free online. We can say that it is a workshop which was conducting by the DURGASOFT. So today's mainly the agenda is going to be just to give some like awareness of like what is data science, what companies are expecting from us as a data scientist or a data science expert, what companies are expecting from us. So what type of skills we have to learn, and what is our training program, my training programs, what are the course content is there. So all these things I'm going to just give you an idea about that. So just before starting the session, just I want to introduce myself, just a brief introduction about myself. So once again, welcome to the this particular demo. It's going to be a workshop, guys, a free workshop. So just give me a second of time. I'm going to share my screen actually. Yeah. So yeah, just give me a second, guys. Right. So this is going to be just a brief introduction about myself, guys. So this is already I told you my name. It is Vamsi Krishna Guttula. So you can search in the LinkedIn with my name, Vamsi Krishna Guttula. You can find my name. So my complete expertise, I'm almost all having somewhere around 20 years of experience, guys. It is 19 plus. Almost all it is closer to, which is going to be another 3-4 months. I'll be having 20 years of experience actually. So in my 20 years of experience, I have been got worked in various fields in the IT industry, like development, maintenance, support, trainings. It is going to be a completely, I know about the development architectures, a development expertise, training, how the trainings will going on. And apart from that, the like a support projects, maintenance projects. So all this, almost all I have been got worked at various levels. I have been got work. Right now, I'm working as a freelancing trainer itself for various corporates and various training institutes. So I was also one of the consultant trainer for the data science for the DurgaSoft technologies or DurgaSoft software technologies. So recently, I already covered recently, just in the last week, I completed last week, mean just yesterday, I have been completed one corporate level training for a company called as in Futurance. Yesterday only it was completed. It is completely like a data science, data engineering, almost all. It was a 40 days training program. Before that, I also taken the trainings for Deloitte. Before that, I have been also worked for a company called as an Optum in a cap development team. Almost all for 6 months. It's a project that complete training program for them. So these are the different, the latest, whatever I have been got worked is these are the latest, what are the projects I have been got handled towards the training part actually. So if you see my expertise, my complete expertise is on data itself. My complete 20 years of expertise is on the data. So I know how to tune the data, how to handle the data. So some people who migrate from other technologies to the data science, they don't really have a much exposure to the data. But being I have been got worked with different database systems, DBAs, a business intelligence. I was almost all worked for 5 years as a Microsoft business intelligence. After that, I have been got worked with the big data, and now from the last 6 years, I was into the data science related projects. So I utilizes all these skills actually. Total all these skills I'm going to use this. I'm going to use a business intelligence skill, data visualizations, like Power BI, all these things I'm going to teach you. And I'm going to also handle the big data systems like Spark and all these things I'm going to be working. And apart from that, the data science related projects. So that is all about my expertise. So I was expertise in the data management, BI technologies, big data technologies, data science, machine learning, deep learning, and AI, which is an artificial intelligence, etc. And also done one certification program from IIIT Hyderabad, which is an advanced certification program on AI and ML from IIIT Hyderabad. So which is one of the top as of the latest survey. IIIT is the compare with the other, that means compare with the other core the top institutes in India. So IIIT is the highest which is doing a lot of, it is in the top, which is doing a lot of research on the IT infrastructures, all these things. It is going to be mostly it is in the IT itself, because you know that it is going to be triple IT. It's an information technology. It's not like IIT. It is going to be triple IT, which is going to be an IT related. It is going to be a lot of research is going on there related to the latest data science, AI, and all these things. A lot of research is going on. So that's it about myself. I don't want to take much time on this actually. So just I'm using an external camera. So sorry, am I using an external? It is going to be the device, the output device actually screen. So I'll off my video because I will be turning towards external this one, so that you don't get any disturbance about that. Okay. So just I turned around the towards the my laptop, and I have been got taken this. Just I've taken the session now. Now I have been just moved towards external monitor. Okay. So today's agenda is going to be the main idea here is, guys, the target behind this particular today's agenda is to clarify most of your doubts. To clarify, that means it's not like the some of the very frequently asked questions is, I don't have any prior knowledge about programming language, so can I learn the data science? Or some people says that some of them are saying that, so if you want to learn the data science, maths is going to be required. So is it really maths is going to be required to learn the data science? So different people are having about a different questions they have it actually. So you have a different questions you will be having. So I want to clarify those particular questions along with whatever the discussion I want to do that actually. So in a simple, I don't want to much use any technical aspects for the today's session. I'm not going to use any technical implementation. Just what is data science? What is client is expecting from a data science expert? What they exactly needs? What exactly they needs actually? So what exactly a data scientist requires the skill, different skills are required. What are the different languages, or what are the different tools we have to know, we have to learn to really to get a job or to shift from the existing job or whatever the existing role you are working. So how can you change it to a data science role? So something I want to clarify about those particular things. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to discuss with me. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. You have the option to unmute. Okay. In most of the these kind of a seminars, they don't allow you to unmute yourself actually. So you will be kept in the mute itself, but you can just only post only that particular, only just you can post the text only. Only you can chat, you cannot speak. But here we are giving the option. Even in our regular trainings also, we'll give the option to unmute yourself. So most of the training program, they don't allow you to unmute. They only ask you to chat itself only by using chat, but we not like that. We'll give the complete option to you. You can unmute yourself and you can speak. So if you have any questions, you can just unmute yourself and you can speak, guys. Okay. So technology wise, I will be always technology wise, I will be always in advanced. Even my training programs, even I'm going to use a lot of not only this, that means I'm not talking about the software technologies, even the other like gadgets and etc. I will be using very advanced level on the latest only I'm going to be using. So I think you have been seen most of the people like how they will do it actually. So whenever you attend the demo session, so they'll open a notepad and they are going to be keep on writing like this actually. So they'll just open a notepad, and what they are going to do is they are going to type everything, which is going to be just a minute once. So they will open a notepad and they says that this is going to be what is data science. Okay, so this is going to be, they'll put something like that. And they are going to be, it's going to be types, it's going to be waste the time actually. But I'm going to be using a technology. I'm going to be using a writing pad. I'm going to be using. So I'm using a writing pad from a company called as Wacom. So it is one of the very popular, which is basically for graphic designers, it will use us actually. So I'm using the basic model what the Wacom has been provided. I'm using it. So pen tablet, it is there. So freehand. It is going to be, it's a freehand actually, guys. You can just treat it like a whiteboard. No time wasting, because I can draw as much you can draw it actually. So here in Notepad, you cannot do this kind of a freehand style. Freehand styles, you cannot do it actually. Okay, fine. So if you have any questions, you can just feel free to discuss with me. So unmute yourself, you can speak. If you feel that there is some disturbance from your side, then you can just use the text. There is a chat option is there. You can just use the chat panel or a chat window, and you can post the text actually, guys. Any kind of a doubts, whatever you want, you can clarify. So I'll take exactly 1 hour time, guys, from now. It is almost till 10:20. I'll take up to 11:15, 11:20. I'll take it. In that 45 minutes, 50 minutes, I'll take my discussion. After that, you can 10, 15 minutes, you can take up. I can take up your questions if you have anything. Meanwhile, also, if you have any discussions, you can just feel free to discuss. Right. So, okay. As the first point is, guys, let us say that, okay, we have been learned some data science. What you will learn in the data science, put it aside. So you are ready for industry, you are ready for you are ready for the work job, your work environment. So let us say that you attended an interview. Let us say that you got a job. So what is your client or what is your company is expecting from a data science expert? Or you are working for a client. So you're working for a company, you know that company will have a client actually. So what is that client is expecting from that, expecting from you? So what kind of a products we are trying to develop? So we don't develop any websites or we don't develop any business application. It's not a it's not going to be like a B2B application actually. It's not an end-to-end like a business to business application it is. So data science is all about, you know that, like what is going to be a scientist? Generally, we know that. So who is a scientist in physics? Who is a scientist in chemistry? Or who is scientist in a, let's say something like an geology? We know that what is basically scientist is going to do that. A scientist is going to be nothing but a scientist, which is going to be nothing but who is going to be doing some kind of an experiments. He will do some kind of an experiments and he is going to be getting some kind of an conclusion from that particular experiment. He will do some experiment. It may be something like a physical or a chemistry or some geology or something or astronomy. Some experiments will be doing it actually. So here also a data scientist. So a person who was an expert in the data science, we are going to call him as a data scientist actually. So finding a real data scientist is very hard. Don't expect that after completion of this course or after completion of this training, you can become a data scientist. Data scientist is something different. So data scientist is nothing but who is a person who does some lot of experiments. So very simple, he has to draw some insights. So how the scientists are going to get some insights or get some knowledge from the experiments? So they will do some experiments actually. So let us say that if who is working on physics, so he may be doing some experiments on light, or he may do some experiments on something like a sound, or he may doing some experiments on something like as you know that something like a force, something. And after doing some experiment, he is going to be deriving some kind of an conclusions. Okay, by this experiment, what we can do is this is going to be so and so factor is going to be proportional or depending on so much so and so factor actually. Same as it is, guys, data scientist. Yes, the name has been quite relevant to that. Why the people has chosen the name as a data scientist. Really, it is very closely related to that. So a data scientist is a person who is going to draw some insights from where, draw some insight from the data. So from the data, by doing some experiments, you have to do a lot of experiments on that actually, guys. So we have to do a lot of experiments on that. And based on that particular experiments, we have to get some kind of an insights. We have to do it actually. Simple. That is what the easy to understand. I'm not talking about a technical definition. So technical definition is different. So if I talk about a technical definition, you may not understand it. But our discussion is only to make it simplified. A data scientist is a person who has to do a lot of experiments with the data. And after doing the experiments, what he has to get is get some kind of an insight from the data actually. Get some insight from the data. So just an example, we can say that, for example, there is a bank was there. In a bank specifically, there is a loans department is there. For example, there is a loans department is there. Now, what is the bank expect from this particular, what is the bank experts expect from this particular, the data scientist is, in our bank, we are giving the loans to various customers. We are giving the loans to the various customers. But all of the people, all that particular customers are not paying the EMIs promptly. Some of them are paying the EMIs promptly, but some of them has been after paying for 1 year, they are stopping paying the EMIs or they are delaying the EMIs. So you know that those people are nothing but what we are going to call them as defaulters. So the people who are paying the EMIs promptly, they are called as non-defaulters, what we are going to call them as. So the banking, for the banking industry, these defaulters are very big headache for them. Why? Because they are giving the loans, expecting that they will repay the loan amount, but they are not paying the EMIs. So that is going to be causing some loss to that particular bank. So we don't say that these defaulters will be very high in number, but at least there will be somewhere around 10 to 50%, sorry, 10 to 15%, or at least 10 to 20%, there are defaulters will be there. In every bank, no bank is there with having 0% defaulters. In every bank, whether it is a national or international banks, every banks are going to be having somewhere around minimum 10 to 20%, you will be having the defaulters. That means almost all 80 to 90% are the non-defaulters. They are paying the EMIs. There are non-defaulters, but the loss to the bank, whatever the cost to the bank, is going to be more with this particular defaulters than the profits what we get from 90%. Even 90% of them are non-defaulters. Whatever the income or whatever the profit we are going to get in, that is going to be very less than the loss that is going to be occurring due to these only 10 to 20% of the people. So the cost to the company is going to be very high than compare with the profit what we are getting from the non-defaulters. So the banks want to do some kind of the banks want to decrease or try to minimize this particular defaulters. They never says that we want to avoid the defaulters, but they says that at least it should be something around, can you make it to 5% actually? So right now there are 50% are there. At least if we can make it 5%, that will help our bank a lot. So our target is to nothing but we want to minimize these particular defaulters. Minimize this particular defaulters. So how can you minimize the defaulters? Every customer who is taking a loan, they obviously they says that yes, we'll pay the EMIs promptly only before taking the loan. But the situation changes after giving the loan. Once the loan is disbursed, so after that it's going to be the completely the things will keep on changing actually. So we verified his previous history, we verified his salaries, we verified his whatever the existing loans are there. So everything we have been verified. His CIBIL score is good, everything is good, but still they have been became a defaulters. Why? What is the reason for that? So that's why what the banks want to do is, we have the past customers data is there, whatever the past customers data is there. So whoever from the last 10, 15 years, we have given the loans to the customers. Okay, we already know that out of this particular, maybe some millions of customers, how many defaulters, how many non-defaulters, we already know them. So if you can analyze that particular data, if you get some experiments with that particular data, you may get some kind of an insights. You will get some kind of an insights from this particular data actually. So using this particular insights, I can decide to whom I have to give the loan or to whom I should not give the loan actually. So loan approved or whether it is going to be not approved. So loan has been approval and loan has been not approved. So we can identify or we can decide by using this kind of an applications what we can do that. So the bank is expecting something. So do some experiments with your past customers data. So they want to minimize the defaulters. How to minimize the defaulters? By giving the loans. They want to give the loans, but they have to be guaranteed that they want to guarantee that these customers will repay. Then only we can give the loan. If we have any doubt that these customers won't repay, then loan should not be given to them actually. But how do you decide it actually? Before giving the loan, nobody knows about that. Nobody knows about that. What could happen in the future? Due to some situation, financial status may changes. There is a chances are there. That's why the banks will take the risk. So that's why what the bank want to do is they want to analyze, they want to understand the past customers data. Based on that past customers data from the last 10 to 15 years back, From the last 10, 15 years, we are giving the loans. So analyze that particular data, do some experiments with the data. We will get some kind of an insights. What is meaning of insights? Something what you understood from the data. So let us say that the most of the defaulters are going to be, let us say that in between 25 to 32 years of age. So most of the defaulters age is between 25 to which is going to be 32 years of age, for example. That means whenever a new customer comes within this particular age group of 25 to 32, let us say that there is a high chances that he is a defaulter. There is a high chances are there, 80%, 90% chances are there. So please verify some other thing and then only decide it. Directly, just don't give the loan. Please be careful with them. So please be careful with them. Chances are that this person may becomes a defaulter. So don't give a loan to this particular customer. So that is going to be what we can say that. So if you can observe carefully, we are trying to predict what could happen, or we are saying that. So in future, there is a chance that he may becomes a defaulter. The machine never says that 100% guaranteed that tomorrow in after 1 year, he is going to becomes a defaulter. For example, let us say that if anybody asks you, so can you tell me tomorrow whether it will rain or not? How do you decide whether it will rain tomorrow or not? Simply, it is not by just like a random, like toss a coin. If the coin results is going, if I toss a coin, if the result is head, it will rain. If it is a tail, it's not going to rain. It's not like that. So we'll see that from the last 10 days, it is raining. Simple example, guys. From the last 10 days, it was raining. Today also, at some instant of time, it was rain. So tomorrow also, high probability that, high chances that it will rain. But we never say that 100% guaranteed that tomorrow it will rain actually. So 80%, because from the last 10 days, let us say that from the last 10 days, if I look, 8 days it has been rain. 8 to 9 days, let us say 9 days it was rain out of the 10 days. So probability is very high, 90% probability that it will rain actually. So what is this particular data science is also is nothing but it's very simple. Simple to make you understand that it is going to be understand the past data. It is going to be understand the past data. If you analyze your past data, so whatever the old data is there, it may be last 10 days data, or if it is last 1 year data, or last 10 years data, last 20 years data. So understand the past data, and based on this understanding, based on this, what we can do is we can predict what could happen in the future. So find out what is the weather condition from the last 10 days. Based on that, we can predict tomorrow also. From the last 10 days, it was raining. From the last 10 days, there was no rain at all. It was severe hot it is. So what is the chances tomorrow? I'm not asking after 1 month or after one year. So tomorrow immediately asking actually. So as you know that, so suddenly the temperature does not, suddenly the climatic condition does not change suddenly within 1 day of time. So it is going to be take some over like a time period. So today it is going to be very hot, something it is going to be less hot, then it is going to be something average. After that, it is going to becomes. So maximum tomorrow, if from the last 10 days it was raining, tomorrow also highly chances that it is going to be raining actually. So simple to say that understand the past data, and based on that particular past data, based on this, you can predict what could happen in the future. That is what exactly this data science is going to be talking about that. Then you may get a doubt, sir, you are talking in a very simplest way, but people saying that it is very hard, it is going to be very tough. Okay, so everybody cannot learn this data science. Yes, I'll explain it in a simplest way to make you understand it actually, guys. Understand the past data. Based on this, we can predict the future. So what is the main problem here actually, guys? This past data is not a very small in size. It is going to be not a small data set actually, guys. So it's not just a small data. So the main problem here is that data is going to be higher dimension data actually. The data dimensions are going to be a high dimensional data actually, guys. That means the data is going to be it is going to be high dimensional. I'll tell you what is meaning of a dimensional. Dimensional means it is going to be number of columns or more. It is number of columns or more. It is not the number of rows actually, guys. How many customers data? It's not a problem. Even if I have something like 10 million data, if I have even 10 million customers data is there, I don't have any problem with me. It is not the number of customers, how many features we are maintaining, how many dimensions we are maintaining. For example, if we have only the age and we have the only salary, for example, age of the customer and salary of the customer, only two features are there with us. Only two types of information is there about the customers. So easily we can analyze. Why? Because here there are only just a two dimensions are there. Age is there and salary is there. Based on that, we can decide who could be the defaulters, who could be the non-defaulters. We can easily identify. But problem here is it's not just age and salary. There are so many other dependencies. So many other dependencies will be there. So like age, salary, how much loan amount you have been taken, what is the purpose of loan we have been taken, and apart from that, what is rate of interest, what is going to be your previous, whatever the previous credit status, whether it has been cleared or not cleared, is your spouse is working, whether the person is married or not, if the person is married, whether the spouse is working or not, whether they have a children or not, what type of a house they are staying about that, whether he is having a four-wheeler, two-wheelers, etc., etc. So see guys, this is what I mean to call it as higher dimension data actually guys. This is going to be some kind of an higher dimensions data actually. So we are going to be gets working. Yeah. So we have been got the main problem here is data is going to be higher dimensions data. Okay. So whenever the data is a higher dimensions data, the previous existing systems are not that much capable to, which is going to be working and to analyze this to work with the higher dimensions data actually guys. Previously, what type of a systems we used to use? We used to use a system called as, which is going to be what we used to use is the BI, which is going to be what we used to call it as a business intelligence, what we used to use it. This is an old system actually guys. BI is an old system actually. So there also we used to do some analytics and all these things, we used to do that. But the problem here is as the dimension size has been increased and even the size of the data has been drastically increased, these BI systems are unable to handle it. These BI systems are unable to handle them actually guys. So now all these BI systems has been got replaced with something called as, which is going to be a data science. So in data science, what we are going to be using here is, in business intelligence, we used to use a simple tools, like we used to use ETL, we used to use reporting, and we used to do analysis. Only by using these three different types of technologies, we used to implement a BI system. But mainly problem here is, but higher dimensions of data, they are not suitable. They are not going to be feasible for the higher dimensions data. So now the data science has been came and saying that, don't worry about handling a large volumes of data, or whenever we are working with the higher dimensions of data. So don't worry about that. Why? Because data science is going to provide you all the techniques and whatever the technology that is required to handle these large volumes of data it is going to be. That is what the data science says that. So data science is nothing but, we can say that it is also one of the latest, whatever the technology, whatever we are talking about, which has been almost all replaced the previous legacy systems, like which is going to be BI. So BI is always only to do some analysis, but data science is not only do some analysis, it is going to be based on the analysis. It will develop some kind of models which can help you a lot actually. So this is a basic idea actually guys. As the data size is very high and the number of dimensions are also very high in dimensions, manually and by using the old systems, you are unable to handle them actually. That's why we require some kind of a new type of a system, such as which is going to be a data science, because it is going to uses all types of functionalities it will uses. It will uses all the, which is going to be all types of functionalities that are required. It is going to uses actually. So what is data science about? Data science is all about learning about a different techniques. We can say that which is going to be a data science is going to be one of the interdisciplinary field where we are going to be using, which is going to be some kind of a techniques we are going to be using. We are going to learn some type of a techniques. Which type of techniques we can say, I'll tell about that. So there are some techniques we are going to use, and there are going to be some kind of a methodologies we are going to use. There are going to be some kind of a methodologies, and some various different type of systems we are going to use. And apart from that, a different kinds of algorithms we are going to use. So data science is all about learning some kind of an techniques, and by learning or by implementing some kind of a methodologies, and by taking some help of a different type of systems and even some type of algorithms. Finally, our target is very simple. There is some data is there. From the data, we have to get some kind of an insights. So, but data is not that much easy to analyze by using the old technologies like BI and etc. There is some issues are there. Main problem is going to be higher dimensions, very higher dimensions. Actually, I said that this is going to be just a 4, 5, or I think it is going to be hardly 6, 7 columns are there, or hardly 10 columns are there. But when you go to real time, this related to this customer data, there may be 30 to 40 types of information they will store. 30 to 40 types of information. So you are going to really, we don't really believe that we are going to wonder like why they are maintaining all this data. For a single customer, this much data is going to be there. Like for example, we created an account in Amazon. So they will maintain a lot of information from us. Not only the age of the person, not only something like purchases, there is a lot of information they will collect from my social media accounts, and they will maintain in their particular storage locations. They will maintain it actually. So data science is all about the same thing actually, guys. So it is not a concept of learning a language. So what is not data science? If I talk about what is not data science, which one is not a data science actually, guys? Data science is not about learning a language, or it is not like just learning a tool. Like we are learning some Java, or we are learning some Power BI, we are learning some Tableau, or we are learning a .NET, etc., etc. So what is not a data science? So data science is not a language. It is not a tool. What it is going to be? It is a collection of which is going to be the various techniques. What type of techniques we are going to learn here now? We are going to learn a different types of a mathematical and statistical techniques. Mathematical and statistical techniques. Okay. So why do you require? That means then immediately some of you people may get a doubt actually. Sir, we are saying that maths and statistics is required. That how can I learn them actually? So maybe we are not that much. I don't think so. You have been attending these data science classes means you have a plan to learn something about a data science. Today, why you have been joined this particular workshop actually? You have a plan. Maybe not now, or it may be in the future. You want to learn a data science, or somebody has suggested that you have to learn a data science. So really, before taking up the course, so how much extent it is going to be helps me, how much course extend, how much course, what concepts you are going to be learning. So, but I don't think so. The guys who has been chosen this particular data science is going to be that much dumb students. They're not that much dumb students, because learning a data science. So before planning to learn a data science, obviously you have been verified by yourself that whether I can fit or not. You know your knowledge, or you know your how much knowledge you are having, or you know your skills. So with your skills, you already got an estimation. Yes, I can learn the data science. I can't learn a data science. So I don't think so. The guys who has been joined for the data science course, that much dumb students will not be there, or that much dumb participants will not be there. So I think probability. What is probability immediately? Some school days we have been got learned, or in the college days we have been learned, but we didn't went into the deep. Like for example, there is going to be some 10 balls are there. Out of the 10 balls, 5 balls are going to be green, 4 balls are going to be red, and 1 ball is going to be something like a yellow. What is the probability that when you pick a ball, it is going to be a green color? It is 5 by 10 actually, isn't it? So something like that, we are going to talk about that kind of an, at least we have some knowledge about that. Yes, then you want to become, you have to spend a little bit time actually, guys. To learn a data science also, you have to learn some kind of an, which is going to be some kind of an, some time spending also is required actually. So not only the course which, or not only the topics which I am going to discuss. So you should also learn a little bit more and more from your side. Also, you have to learn the things actually. You should also learn a little bit something from your side also actually. Okay. So what is this? What are the resources we are going to be having it actually, guys? What are the different types of resources we are going to be having it actually? So I'm going to, I'm going to share some kind of that kind of a resources to you, which you can have some kind of you need not to pay money for that actually. You need not to pay any money for that. You can learn from which is going to be at a free of cost. So is it YouTube videos? No, it's not YouTube videos actually, guys. It is not just, it is going to be in the YouTube videos actually. Okay. So you don't believe it. Nowadays, after this COVID has came, everything has been came into online actually, guys. Even some kind of a top universities, like which is going to be something like University of Harvard, which is going to be the Harvard. These are going to be a different types of we are going to be having it actually, isn't it? So there are going to be a different types of which is going to be the universities are going to be there. So there are going to be providing a different kinds of which is going to be what we can say different kinds of these kind of an online trainings that are going to be providing it actually. There are going to be providing a different kinds of these are going to be gets providing it actually, guys. So like the University of Arizona. Okay, so many are there. There are going to be free courses that are providing it actually, guys. I'll show you once, which is going to be, just give me a second. Yeah. Yeah. So it is going to be this Harvard University is going to be providing, it is going to be providing a free courses. It is going to be providing it actually, guys. I just suggest to my participants actually. So which is going to be free courses, which is going to be by the Harvard University actually. Okay. So if you can see, these are going to be the free courses what we can conduct actually, guys. So you can search for the price. There are going to be free. Okay. Start date is going to be, I can say available now. That means there are going to be some of them are going to be the old one also. We can register it actually, guys. We can just register and you can do it actually, guys. So if you can see, there are going to be some kind of an, okay, even we'll select the subject area also related to data science. So related to data science actually, guys. So if you can see, these are all going to be a free of cost actually, guys. Just hardly 2 weeks, 4 weeks. You don't have a complete, it is going to be completely, it's an online training only, but it is not just like a YouTube. What is the difference between YouTube videos and these videos, guys? In YouTube videos, you can learn, but how much extent you have been learned, nobody is going to evaluate you. But here, these are going to be evaluates you. So just now I have been got discussed about high dimensional data analysis. It is going to be high dimensional data analysis. So this is going to be the course actually, guys. Just you have to spend 2 to 4 hours per a week. It is going to be, all of them are going to be self-paced. Self-paced means no, the faculty members are from the University of Harvard, but only thing is, which is going to be, you have to learn by yourself actually. It is going to be Harvard University actually. R is going to be silent, Harvard University. So this is going to be the one actually, guys. Difficulty is going to be intermediate, which is going to be, you also have, you can pay. Okay, but it is going to be free will be there actually, guys. If you want to add a verified certificate, then you have to pay some money. Otherwise, it's not required actually. Using some edX platforms, what we are going to be using it actually. So you can get it at a free of cost, guys. Okay, so this is going to be one of the particular the training programs what I can just guide you to understand this particular one. So if you are interested in data analysis and interpretation, then it is the data science course for you. We start by learning the mathematical definition of distance and use this to motivate that particular use of the a singular value decomposition for a dimensionality reduction and multi-dimensional scaling and its concept to principal component analysis. So like that, I am going to share you this kind of a resources. This kind of a resources I'm going to share you actually, guys. So this is going to be, do you want to learn probability theory? Yes, principal statistical and computing tools. Sorry, not this one. There is an, which is going to be some kind of an probability. Yeah, it is going to be data science probability theory actually, guys. Okay, so it is going to be just 1 to 2 hours only you have to spend. There are some assignments will be there. So you have to spend, you have to submit the assignments. So it is going to be, duration is going to be 8 weeks long. So 8 weeks means hardly two months of time. In that 1 to 2 hours only per week actually, guys. So this is going to be how we can study them actually. So, but there are going to be using completely by using our language they will be using. So that also we can learn, because there is a basic course on R language is there actually. So before going to them, you can go for R basics. Data science R basics, which is going to be free of cost. So you can parallelly spend 1 or 2 hours of time, and you can also learn this kind of a platform. You can learn this kind of a courses actually. Like that, I'm going to guide you a different. So build a foundation in R and learn how to wrangle the data and analyze and visualize that particular data. So you can also try it actually, guys. It is always good to. It is always good to. So if you want to learn it also, there is going to be just a kind of an assessments will be there. So simply it is not like a YouTube videos. In YouTube also it may be there, but in YouTube and other platform there are going to be video trainings. But here it is not like that. You have to submit some assignments. Then only it is going to be, and it is going to be start from which is going to be. You can see that it is online only. We can see that. So you can just check it out actually. So like this, we are going to be, yes, it started from July 13, 2022 up to November 29, 2023, it will be there. After that, this course will retire. This says that this course will retire it actually. So if you want to learn any more, we can learn it actually, guys. Okay. So this is going to be how we are going to be gets working with that. Okay. So 4 weeks self-paced, it is a free, and you also have to learn. There are going to be instructors will be there. Okay. So these are going to be the universities who are going to be at the working at the professors. Okay. So these are all going to be something like that. It is going to be what we can say is an expert, the expert instructions will be there, and we can do it actually. So this is going to be one of the things. So you can just directly and enroll. So as I told you now, which is going to be audio track will be there. So it is going to be expires on so and so, which you can see that. So it is going to be all these things. Only thing is there will not be shareable certificate will not be there, and graded assignments and exams are not going to be provided for you, but because you have to pay for that actually. So something like that, you will be having this kind of an application. So its learning is going to be not like an I cannot say that it is going to be just like it's like a smooth drive. It is going to be, there are going to be a lot of hurdles will be there. So we have to we have to stop, we have to learn something, come back, and again we have to do it actually. So like this, not only this particular universities, there are so many other such type of the university platforms and university learning portals are going to be there. From there, I recommend to learn it actually. So these are going to be something like that. So all these are not required. So here also we are going to be having some kind of a capstone, which is going to be, so how to apply the knowledge base and skills learned throughout the series to a real world problem actually. So 2 weeks long, you have to spend 15 to 20 hours per week actually. Hardly it is going to be something 3 hours per day. If you spend, it is going to be 20 hours. You are going to be doing some kind of a kind of a capstone project, what we require. It's going to be some kind of a capstone project. So how to apply those particular skills and all these things. Once you register for the course, then automatically we can start working with that actually. Okay, so that is going to be the things like what I can suggest you actually. So you can just enroll, just you have to register, nothing to do, just you have to enroll it, and then we can work with that actually. So 2 weeks, which is going to be 15 to 20 hours per week. So once you've registered and connect with your Google account and all these things, you can connect it actually. That's it. This is going to be this one. So do you want to pay some? If you want to earn a certificate, it is required. Otherwise, just you can go for a free actually. It is going to be free. So they will give all the video contents and all these things will be there. Just we can learn about that. That's it. So this is going to be how the short videos will be there. So we have to just understand that particular short videos, and then we have to do that. So this is going to be the one what we can see, and it is, he is the instructor, and you can go ahead and we can work with that application actually. So this is going to be the one which we can go and we can see the project and all these things what we can see. So pre-course surveys, just all these things you have to just submit it, and then if we just start with them, then it is going to be done with actually. So you are creating a movie recommendation systems using the movie lens dataset, the version of movie lens included in the DF labs. So many new things you are going to learn it actually. It's not just like a learning a programming language. So there are different types of data sets will be there. So we can work with the data sets. We can find out the the latest data set here now. So for that you require a data now. So this is going to be a data set actually, which is going to be hardly, it is going to be somewhere around 265 MB of data is there. You have to download this particular data set actually. We have to download that particular data sets. So that is the one which we are going to be doing it actually. So keep on. So whatever the concepts we have been got learned, so we have to apply all the concepts and we have to do it actually. So this is the code and everything they have been got given. Just we have to understand and we have to apply them actually. Some kind of a quiz is going on. So there will be a quiz. We have to write it actually. How many rows and columns are there in the whatever the data set is there? You have to download and we have to verify how many number of columns, how many number of this one, how many zeros were given. So we have to do all these questions and then you can go to the next option. We can go for. Okay. So see, these are going to be something what we have to do. So hope you understood that. So learning this particular, all these options is not that much complicated, but that is not going to be that much simple like it appears like normally learning a programming language. So absolutely there is going to be some maths and which is going to be statistics are required. Without that, we are not going to do that actually. Okay, but the main important task here is, guys, we are saying that it is going to be, so we have some past data is there. Just if you do some experiments, we are going to get some insights from the data. But here, the main advantage is going to be, there is one concept called as machine learning actually, guys. There is going to be something called as a machine learning. That is the main important concept, which is a part of your data science course. After machine learning, we'll go to the deep learning. And after deep learning, we'll go to an AI concept. So first we have to learn machine learning, after that deep learning, and after that we have to learn AI. So these are the hierarchy what we have to do. What is deep learning, what is AI, I'll tell you later. These are also as part of machine learning only, we are going to be working with that. But anyhow, what is the main idea here is, this is your past, whatever the customer's data is there. So as I said that you have to do some experiments and we have to do some experiments and we have to get some kind of an insights. So here, who is going to do the experiments? All these experiments is going to be done by the machine. Machine is going to get you some kind of an insights. Hope you understood what is meaning of machine learning actually. If you feed the data to the machine, data is directly fed to the machine actually, guys. Machine means your computer. Feed the data to the machine. Machine is going to get you the insights. Previously I said that we have to do some experiments and we have to get the insights. But now I changed the statement. What is my statement here is, as a machine learning expert or a data scientist, I know how to make a machine to learn from the data, or how to, machines won't get the insights directly, guys. There is some option is there. There is some standardization is there. Using that standardization notations only, these insights will come. Otherwise, the machine can't get the insights. So we have to, as a data scientist or a machine learning expert, I am going to feed the data what the machine requires to study the data. So machines will study. Only thing is we have to feed the data such a way that they can read it actually. So as simply you know that. So we want to, let us say that we are going to cook something. We are going to eat something. Let us say take a vegetable, or whether it is going to be a veg or a non-veg, whatever it may be. So we can't directly eat them. So we have to know how to cook them. So we know how to just prepare some, which is going to be a dish from that particular item actually. Same as it is, a data scientist or a machine learning expert is also doing the same thing actually, guys. So there is some data is there. Data is nothing but your raw, whatever the raw material, whether it is a vegetables or a chicken or a mutton or a fish, something. So as a machine learning expert, what I'm going to do is, guys, we are doing some kind of an preparation, which is going to be, we are going to be preparing some dish, and that dish we are going to give it to the machine. Machine is going to consume it and it is going to get you some kind of an insight from that particular data. So here also the same thing actually, guys. Data will be there. The data we are going to be do some process, some preparation will do, and that particular data that has been prepared will feed it to the machine. Machine studies the data by itself and it is going to get you some kind of an insights. So it is going to be all done by the machine only, guys. That's the reason why we are going to call it as a machine learning. So machine itself is going to tells you to whom the loan should be given, to whom the loan should not be given. So the machine will tell you. So previously I said the example, you understand the past customers data, do some experiments, and will understand what are the characteristics of the defaulters. Based on that, we can decide to whom the loan should be given, whom the loan should not be given. Machine learning is also the same thing, but where the data was given to the machine is going to get the insights, and based on the insights, machines will decide to whom the loan should be given and to whom the loan should not be given actually. So some of the popular industry where it is going to be used is, guys, like one of the mostly is going to be the banking, finance. Okay, and even it is going to be insurance. Almost all, we'll discuss about them actually, guys. Banking, insurance. Apart from that, it is going to be telecom. Almost all every area actually, guys. Even in the case of education system also, it is going to studies it actually. So what type of what type of study plan we have to schedule. So depending on his previous marks or depending on his previous, everything is going to be done by the machine. Everything, the complete analysis will be done on the machine. So and so student is not got that much confident with so and so topic in this particular so and so subject. Very clear insights it will give you. So based on that, so what is our recommendation plans? So even just now shown, movie recommendation plan. One example, the whatever the particular capstone project is going to be there. So almost all everywhere actually, guys. Mainly it is going to be in the medical and healthcare. So it is going to be the medical and healthcare. There are going to be gets using this machine learning. So they'll understand the past customers data or the past patients data. They will analyze like which customers or which patient, which people are likely to get a heart attack in the future. They will analyze, they'll get some insights and they will categorize. This person is having a chance of getting a heart attack in the future. So you have to recommend some kind of an health plans to this particular person. So something like that, almost all nowadays, even HR departments also actually, guys. In companies, HR departments also, they are using this data science. So they want to know which employee may leave the company after 1 year, or which employee having a chances that he may not be satisfied with our whatever the services or whatever the options or whatever the things we are going to be providing to that. So who are satisfied, who are not satisfied, based on that we can decide it actually. So almost all everywhere this particular whatever the data science related projects are going to be there. So but don't worry, I didn't given any, because 1 hour is not sufficient to make you clearly understand what do you mean to say about a data science, isn't it? So simply way to make you understand is a person who is a data scientist is a person who does a lot of experiments on the data and is going to trying to get some kind of an insights. But instead of he doing the experiments, if he knows what is machine learning, he can feed the data to the machine by doing some data pre-processing and preparations, and he can make the machines, and he's having a skill. Machines are capable to do all these things actually. So once if we feed the data, the machine is going to do it more accurately with a less time. If I do it manually, it may take 3 days of time. But if I do with the help of a machine learning, 1 hour is sufficient. More accurately with a less time, we are going to be getting the better insights, and which is going to be efficient insights, we are going to be getting it actually. So that is going to be what exactly we want to study about the data science. So in data science, we are going to learn a various skills like how to collect your data. Just as simple examples to make you understand. So different skills we have to understand and we have to learn. It is going to be something like a data collections we have to do, data analysis. We have to do some analysis on the data. And even we have to have a skill called as data visualization is required. And apart from that, we are having so many other things like it is going to be data cleansing. We have to study it actually. And how to make the machine to learn, which is going to be the machine learning we have to learn. And also we are going to learn sometimes about the deep learning. But how do you apply this? How do you learn? How do you use this machine learning, deep learning? By using a programming languages like which is going to be R and Python. And even we are going to learn some kind of a data visualization tools like which is going to be either a Tableau or which is going to be Power BI. And how to handle a large volumes of data. For that, we are going to be using some kind of a big data systems like Spark, Hadoop. We are going to be using them. So all the skills actually, guys, it is not just like a one single skill or just like a single programming language and you cannot go ahead actually. Multiple skills are required. Data visualization skills are required, data analysis skills are required, data cleansing skills, data collection skills. And apart from that, some tools like Tableau or Power BI or some kind of a systems like Spark and Hadoop is going to be gets required, etc. etc. Languages like which is going to be R and Python we are going to be working. Machine learning, deep learning, all these are going to be mainly algorithms are going to be based on that. What type of algorithms we are going to learn. All these are going to be some of the concepts of the whatever this particular data scientist need to require it actually, guys. Okay. So these are the some of the things which whenever a person want to learn a data science, these are all going to be some kind of a skills, completely conceptual based. It is not like you can just by heart the syntax and you can go. It is all about working with the which is going to be the conceptual based. So every example or every experiment we do, there is going to be different issues will be there. So we have to understand that particular issues and we have to learn all the skills how to handle those particular things. Okay, so that is only just a small introduction from my side, just to make you understand like what exactly you will learn as part of the data science course, guys. Okay, so tomorrow we are going to start a new batch, which is going to be at 7 p.m. IST actually, guys. It is going to be 7 p.m. to it is 8:15 p.m. IST. So I think already my team has already shared you a link in the chat window. Already we have the link. Okay, already they have shared you actually, guys. So if you want, once again, I'll just copy and share the link. So if you are interested, you can just click on the link and you can register for the tomorrow's demo at 7 o'clock, guys. Okay, so tomorrow at 7 o'clock we have a demo. So the complete, which is going to be the data science course, as whatever I told you, the skills, all the skills we are going to learn it actually, even Spark and Hadoop, and even which is going to be Power BI and R language and a Python. And apart from that, I'll guide you a lot of online, as I told you about the Harvard University. So what are the different courses from different the universities also we have a different. So which one is going to be recommended? I'm going to share you. You can also parallelly, you can work with those particular, whatever the training course curriculums also we have to learn it actually. Okay. So that's it from my side, guys. Almost all it is, because I don't want to take much time of you, because today is Sunday. I know everybody having their own plans. They will be there because Sunday is the Saturday and Sunday, the only time which we can do our works, spend your time with your family or friends, whatever it may be. Okay, so I don't want to take much time for today. Just it is 11:10, guys. I can spend some time. It maybe it is up to you. I was there. I can stay here for a little bit time. So if you have any questions to ask, guys, you can just feel free to discuss with me. So you can unmute yourself and you can speak, or else you can just use a chat window. Anything is a fine case. If you have any questions, guys, you can just post your questions or you can speak out. So I'm going to take up some questions for 10 minutes and then we'll wind up the session for today, guys. Yes, guys, you can go ahead. Yes, nobody having any questions? Okay, so I think so nobody is having any questions for today. So I have been already shared the link for you for the tomorrow's demo class. I take a 3 days of demos, guys, tomorrow from starting from Monday. So you can just attend it a free of cost. After that, if you're interested, then you can just go ahead with the course actually. So meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can just post me, or you can just directly, you can ask me the questions. If you have any questions, guys, if you have anything. Okay. So I think no one is going to be raising any questions. Okay, guys, just for today, we are going to be ending up the session for today, and hope I'll see you tomorrow at 7 o'clock, guys, 7 p.m. IST with the link which I have been shared with you. If you're interested, you can register for the course and please attend the demos from the tomorrow's class, guys. Okay, so thanks all of you guys. Have a nice day and enjoy your weekend, guys. Thanks all of you guys.